guys, this is Christy Falk with Create with Christy again. I am back with another one of my 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar series. This is day 10, so we're almost there. Got 3 more to go, counting this one. This is that wonderful Advent calendar I've been showing you in every video. You can get it for $99. It's on the last chance list in Stampin' Up's website on their online store. So you need to get it before it sells out. Once it sells out, it's gone forever. And you can get the consumable products. So I make the kits for all 12 cards I'm making, because I'm making a card that features each day's product, and there are 12 days worth of products in here. And I will reveal day 10 in just a minute, but it's $99. That includes the 12 products that are in this box, and it includes the stamp set right here. So if you order this Advent calendar from me by January 5th, the end of the day, January 5th, 2026, then you will get the card kits to make my 12 cards. It will include the card stock that's needed, and I will do the embossing for you also if I've got anything layers embossed. But any of the DSP or the ribbon or Baker's twine, anything that's in this kit, if it's in the kit, you have to use what's inside your kit to make it. But I will include everything else for you. And any die cutting that's done is done by the 2 die sets I've already revealed in some past videos. And you'll use those dies and do the die cutting yourself. Now, if you get the card kits and do not want the Advent calendar, or you already have the Advent calendar, you can get the card kits by placing a $99 order, which is the same price as the kit. And you'll get, that is after you redeem any rewards. So you have to reach the $99 after you redeem rewards and before shipping and tax gets added on. And you'll get the cards kits to make my 12 cards for this calendar, and you will also get a pack of the basic rhinestone jewels. And you can find all my thank you gifts information down below in the video description. There's a link to my thank you gifts page. You'll find out the information on how to get the rhinestones, the cards for this Advent calendar, and also I've got another thank you gift level that you can reach, but it all ends on January 5th. So just click on that thank you gifts link down below, and you get all the information. And now I'm going to tell you what stamps you need to get out first before I put this away. So get both of the flower stamps here. You're going to need the flower center. You're going to need this larger leaf stamp here. And you're also going to need the misuse stamp right here. So that's what you need from the stamp set. And then from the Advent calendar itself, let's open it up. I'm going to show you day 10. And day 10 is right here at the bottom. I'm going to open this up. And this is really neat confetti. You can see there's some flowers or stars. I know there's some hearts in there. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. Great for shaker cards, once again, like those gold sparkle dots that were from day 3. But you can also use them as embellishments on your card, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute. So you're going to need to get those. And I do believe, I do need DSP. That is right. I'm using day 2. I didn't think I was using any other products from here, but I am. So grab the DSP pack from day 2. And that's all you're going to need from the Advent calendar. Okay, once you get your paper trimmer out, and let's get the DSP out. And I'm going to use, actually, I think I'm going to use a partial here. I think I might already have it cut out. But you're going to find a full 6x6 page of, it's got mainly basic beige, white, and this one, crushed curry. So this is the one you're going to want to get out. And it needs to be a 2.5 by 4 inch piece. I do believe this is already a 4 inch piece. So what you're going to do with your 6x6 page, cut it 4 inches. Then when you get your 4 inches, then you're going to turn it, and you need it to be 2.5 inches. So there's a 2.5. And that's what you're going to need. And that is all we need from the DSP. Okay, now I'm going to get some stamping done. So this is a piece of basic white that's 3 3/4 by 2.5 inches long. I'm going to grab I'm going to first off, let's grab both the flowers. Grab both the flowers. I am going to stamp the small one first, smaller one with basic beige. I'm going to stamp it down here in the corner, like so. Then I'm going to take the crushed curry, get this inked up. I kind of like that curved petal to be up at the top. So I'm stamping over the basic beige one just a little bit, and that is fine. There we go. And I think I'm going to take another yellow one, angle it this way, and just do a partial right here. Okay. I'm going to do another basic beige one. And I'm going to do it, oops, my paper stuck to my ink pad. There we go. And I think I'm going to bring this one about right here. Oh, let me think here. Maybe bring it down a little bit more. Because it's definitely not going together like my original, but that is fine. Then I'm going to grab the yellow one again. And I'm going to put right along here. Okay. Then I want another basic beige one. I almost forgot. I kind of liked one down here in the corner. Now I'm going to add some leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and leave these open though, because I'm going to use those on the inside of the card. Grab the old olive. Oops. Almost flipped out of my hand. Now I'm going to grab the leaf stamp and just stamp a few leaves here. I'm going to do a double one over here. So there's one here. It's okay if it goes over the flower. That's what leaves like to do sometimes. Get my old olive over here. My glass mat a little better. It's flip it up and down. Put one right there. So that kind of separates those two flowers so they don't look like they're too close together. And then I think I'm going to do one right here. Maybe even another one looks like it's coming from up here. Okay. And I didn't do this on my original, but I think I'm going to put one right there. Okay. Now I want to grab the Miss You. Do old olive. I'm going to stamp it here in this little, make sure that your rectangle is straight. And then stamp your Miss You. There you go. You don't want your sentiment to be crooked. And then, oh, I must leave this open again. I'm going to use it. I'm going to put, I need centers on these basic beige ones. I want it to be lighter yellow than what these flowers are. So I'm going to stamp off. So I inked it up with the crushed curry. Stamped off of my grid paper. And that gave me a lighter version of the yellow. Because I thought that was going to be too much dark yellow. So I'm lightening up the crushed curry. And then we've got one more down here. There we go. So we're not going to do any die cutting on this one. So that is that. I thought that looked really pretty. And don't worry, we're going to have a little flower center there. And I don't know why I keep closing these. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of the card while we've got all these stamps out. So this is the inside, 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to kind of do it over here in the bottom right corner this time because the opposite corner of what this one is. So I'm going to do like the mirror image. So do a basic beige one there. Grab my crushed curry, which I closed, forgetting I didn't need to. I'll put a bigger one down here. And then maybe put partial right there. And then once again, oh, what was I doing? I'm just so used to closing my ink pads as soon as I think I'm done with them. Stamp off and get that flower center. That one's upside down. Let's do that. There we go. Now I'm done with the yellow. I'm done with the basic beige. I still need my old olive because I want to add a few leaves on here. Let's see, I think I'll put one right there. And maybe one right here. You know what, let's put another one right there. So we've got some leaves on there. All right. So the inside is done. So we're all done stamping. So we get all those stamps out of the way. Grab my card base, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 crushed curry. And once again, I'm using all the colors that are in the paper. So the ink pads are going to be limited to those colors because I didn't want you to have to own a bunch of ink pads to make these cards. So the fold is going to be on the top. I'm going to grab a piece of basic beige. If you get my kits, which I explained earlier, but you can look down and click on that thank you gifts page to get all the information to get these free. 5 1/4 by 4 basic beige. And once again, I embossed it with an all in a row embossing folder that's going to be coming out January 6th. So keep an eye out for this one. All right, so I'm going to grab that DSP piece we cut. This is about 2 1/2 by 4 inch piece. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to put it on the left end of this basic beige. It doesn't matter which way. I'm going to line it all the way to the left. So the top and bottom and left edges are lining up with that the cardstock edges. And now I can put this on the card base. Like so. Fold is on top, and then the DSP needs to be on the left. There we go. Now I'm going to grab a piece of crushed curry. This one is 4 by 2 3/4. Going to grab this one. So our focal image is going to be attached to the center of this crushed curry. Now you can attach this with just seal. I love popping up one layer, at least one layer. Well, normally I keep it to one layer. That way it doesn't get too thick for mailing. But I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to turn it over. Grab my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put one in each corner. And because it's a big piece, I don't want this to cave in, so I'm going to put one right in the middle. Then I'm going to take your pick tool, the paper piercer part, scoop all these paper backings off, throw those away, and this is going to be attached. Make sure, once again, that fold is on top. The reason I say that is because I've messed that up before myself and done it upside down. So there we go. This just goes right in the center. Let's go ahead and grab the inside piece. Oop, I got a little something on that. That's all right. I can put an embellishment on it later or something. Okay, put this on the inside. There we go. Pretend like that's not there. And now I want you to grab the confetti. I'm going to grab this little dish because there are a lot of little pieces in here. I'm going to dump a few out, hoping I can find, there's some little butterflies. Oh, I see one right now. And I'm going to get this. Last time I used it, the putty was getting dry, so let me get some new putty out. So I just kind of tighten this up, and then some putty starts coming out. Don't tighten it to where you think, okay, now the putty's out right. It keeps coming out as it goes. So I would always turn it a little bit and then wait, and that looks pretty good. That's actually perfect. So I'm going to put a little bitty dot, and I mean little bitty dot, because I wanted a butterfly right up here next to my Miss You. So just a little one right there. Go through here. I see some little glittery things, and those are the butterflies. I'm going to grab one with my take your pick tool. I'm going to look at it so you can see how it's a little wider on top and small on the bottom. That way you know you've got it upright. I'm going to stick it right on top of that glue dot I just made. And then hold it down, put some pressure on it. Wait a few seconds because you want that glue to take hold, because you don't want that moving later. There we go. Now that it's still moving a little bit, so I'm going to put some more pressure on it. And sometimes with the confetti is just a little bit, especially this butterfly, is a little bit thicker. So I would put the pressure on it and let it sit for a while, and it will stay in place because my original, it hasn't moved. So I know it does a really good job. Now these flowers, I wanted a little flower center here. So I'm just take that back. I'm going to grab one of these, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on these petals, not much. Actually, what I could do, I'm going to grab my silicone mat, put a very thin little thing there of glue, kind of go over. There we go. That's going to pick up glue for my flower. That's just going to be a little flower center. Get it where I want it. Hold it down. Get that pressure on there. And now I've got my flower center. And then I found some different ones. Here I see a little heart. I'm going to grab the heart. I'm going to put one right here in this little white spot. So you just keep putting confetti on until it looks good to you. I'm going to look at my heart. Oop, I've got it. I want the beveled side to be on top, so I'm going to turn that over. Now I can tell that heart's in the upright. Put on my little glue dot, scoot that putty off of there, and then put that pressure on here. And this is another one. This one's kind of a little bit fat, so make sure you let it dry for a little while. Put that pressure on, then let it sit for a little bit, and it'll glue just fine. And I might put one more. I don't know. I'll grab one of these little circle ones. And I think I'll put it, let's put one over here. Little glue dot. Put that one on. There's the little sequin. Hold that down for a little bit. But there's so many different, that one didn't stay on very good. Push more. There we go. Like there's some little bows. There's a little bow right there. I don't know if you can tell what that looks like, but it's a little pink bow. Just a lot of different little pieces in here. And that, like I said, this would look so cute as a shaker card. I can't wait to make a shaker card with those. So that's all I'm going to put on mine. You can definitely put more on because they are small, so you can put as many on there as you want. But there you go. That is my day 10. So this one goes super quick, not using any of the dies. So that stamp set looks really good when you just stamp it too. And there's the inside of the card. So I hope you enjoyed day 10. Like I said, I've got a playlist with all of the cards for this series. So just look down the video description and click on the Advent Calendar playlist, and you'll be able to watch all the other videos, the ones you haven't seen that have already been posted. And then here in the next couple days, day 11 and day 12 will be posted also. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you don't want to miss any of my videos, if you want to see future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And then when that bell icon pops up, select all, and YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video, and you won't miss anything. Now, if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. There's a contact me link down below in the video description. Click on it and you can give me your mailing address, and I will send out your first copy set of catalogs for free. So we've got the annual catalog that ends at the end of April, and the January to April catalog that starts January 6th. So you'll get this before it starts, hopefully. So make sure you click that contact me link and give me your mailing address, and I'll get these mailed out to you right away. Just your first set for free. Okay, that is it for today. There's the card again. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back again with day 11 real soon. Oh, and don't forget to check out my thank you gifts page down below to see how you can get these card kits for free.